I would have put another section at least so you could have snapped on a hatch, like a bulkhead door. But nuclear power for the Pentagon and for the water filtration facility. Alrighty. And we are going to make use of the tether tool. And we're going to my bro's other base, Deep Blue. Oh boy, too bad this thing wasn't. It's weird because it seems cool and useful, but it uses up ion cubes. And I'm going to be honest with everyone. Ion cubes are the most. If you've played Subnautica, it's the rarest resource. It's the most valuable resource. You hoard them. You plan, once you learn about them, you plan the rest of your game all around them. And even before you learn about them, you're hoarding them. And they're like, wow, what are these amazing weird things? I need them. But you find a good bit of these in below zero. Probably more than you'll ever use. But because of the fact that there's no infinitely renewable node, our brains are just like, we can't comprehend. We have to hoard. We have to hoard the cubes. You can make 13 bases and put 13 recyclatrons on all the bases, and you can make your tether tools and make all the stuff with all the ion cubes available, and you'll still have tons of ion cubes available. So if you've got a tether tool, even though we can't recharge it anymore with the swim charge fins, we still get 3 uses. Now see, it's attacking my base. I'll show you that in a minute. You used to be able to recharge the ion cubes with the swim charge fins, but then again, it used to take 1 full ion cube just to teleport once. So you can't recharge your ion cubes anymore, but you get 3 teleports per ion cube, which is better than what it used to be. Now here's another behavior I want to mention. At one point, this area was fairly clear. There might have been like 1 squid shark down there towards the world's edge drop off, but this area was fairly safe. That's why my bro built here. And then I think like 2 patches back, there were Lillypadlers all over, and that was hell. And people were complaining about it because they super buffed. They super buffed the Lillypadler. Its hypnosis was nearly impossible to break away from, and it lasted longer. But now this area is swarming with squid sharks. And I noticed something. They damage your base now. And see, there's the water. There's the flood damage. And I'm gonna get this on camera. I'm gonna show this to y'all.
Integrity restored. Draining systems
Now,
initiated.
Anyone on the forum that's like, hey, I think it would be cool if Leviathans or something could damage your base. Well, here it is. I'll show you what it's like.
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
Alright, I'm gonna check my control room. No more leaks, no more hull breaches. And here we go. This is Deep Blue. Here's the control room for Deep Blue. Here's the scanner room for Deep Blue. Oh, you hear that? We got a new breach right here. Hull integrity restored.
Draining systems initiated.
Alright, here's the bedroom for Deep Blue. He had more furniture in here. He cleared it out. I think he cannibalized his furniture for titanium. Newt fish and Arctic peepers. These are biofuel for the bioreactor. because this base runs off of a nuclear reactor and a bioreactor. And when I'm not using a base constantly, I'll let the nuclear reactor deplete the rods. And rather than putting rods in constantly for a base I rarely use, I'll just use the bioreactor. And when I do plan on using this more often, I'll just pop a nuclear reactor in here. There were many more things in here, many more decorations, but Chad cannibalized many of the things in here for titanium to make more adjustments somewhere else, but then he cannibalized those adjustments to do other things. Hey, his base, his building, can't question it. Here's like, you know, little office area, have people come in, little lounge area, coffee, food, pantry, refrigerator. Make sure you throw your trash away. I still think there should be bugs in the base. Like cockroach bugs. Oh, indigestion. And dispose of your nuclear waste. Recyclotron, the basics. There was the desk. There's a lot of stuff I remember being in here. Chad's taken a lot of it out. And Des Moines pool. This area used to have glass tubes going out from either side, and he had a bedroom area, multi-purpose room on the other side. But this was all cannibalized. Just squid sharks everywhere. Alrighty.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't had more attacks on the base. Sometimes there'll be 3 or 4 of those squid sharks just constantly. You repair one hull breach, and then it's another one, and I'm running back and forth repairing hull breaches. It's cool, and it does create a sense of urgency, and it is nice returning to a base that you know is powered, but it's suddenly flooded because it got attacked while you were gone, and you was hoping to get oxygen, but it's like, oh, whoop, I'm flooded in a powered base. And again, Chad builds the sections too close together to where you can't put a bulkhead. I like to put an eye compartment in between my main room sections so that I can put a bulkhead just in case of breaching. And squid sharks attack the base now. I haven't gotten definitive video of them actively doing it, but I think if you rewind, you might be able to see the attack animation. But to the devs, if this is intended behavior, I'm not sure if it's good or bad. It's definitely interesting, and if it's a bug, maybe consider keeping it. I don't know, that's kind of cool. Alrighty, now normally if I'll show you this as well. They gave a buff to the air bladders. Each air bladder now propels you a vertical 150 meter thrust. So I'm less than 300 meters down. 2 air bladders will give me 300 vertical feet of thrust. So I'm gonna, hey, the bends don't exist. I'll just come all the way up this far, pop my second bladder, and then I'll hit the surface with still some to spare. Yeah, man. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Yeah, air bladders are really cool. They're useful and they're fun. Build them and use them. You don't need an air truck. And I'm going to use my magical technology, and we're going to teleport to the next base on the list. Starting now. And ba-boom. We are deep down into Butthole Caves. Yeah, sorry, I'm not sorry. When me and my bro first came to this place and we saw the flowers.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
When we came down here, those flowers were the first thing that we saw. This gaping orifice.
Immediately.
Shut the fuck up. Jeez. But when we first came down here, the first thing we saw were those puckering flower buttholes gaping at us. Oh boy, it's the Butthole Caves. Because we're very mature. And here is
Warning.
the next base.